let me show you real quickly where you can find it if you don't know where it is. Let me see here. All right.
I don't have a Schoology. I just have a Remind.
I can send it on Remind, I suppose.
Please, thank you.
Okay. But I will show you where it is on Schoology if you have Schoology.
Okay.
All right. And it would be a good idea to get Schoology because there's a lot of things on Schoology that you can do. So remember, let me see here. Let me share again. There we go. Remember, our team is the Lions. So whenever you go to Schoology, you look for the lion and you click on the lion.
Yes.
And then when you open it up, oops, I have to sign in first. Hold on, there we get this going. Okay, sign in again. Okay, here we go. All right, so here's my Lion class, and the very first page right here says skill checklist.
Okay.
Skill checklist, and this is, you can download it from here. But since you asked, I will send everybody one today for both level 2, 3A, and 3B. I'll send everybody this today. And then right here.
It's an app, right? Teacher, it's an app, Mr.
That's right.
Webb?
That's right.
It's an app, a Schoology.
Schoology, yes.
Schoology. That way my son can help me.
Okay. Yeah. And if you don't have an ID, just let me know and I'll set you up with an ID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you haven't used Schoology before. So here's, for example, this one is for intermediate low A.
Okay.
But yeah, so if you don't have Schoology yet, it's a very good idea to set yourself up, because there's a lot of review materials on Schoology that I
So I have to have the ID number for me to open the Schoology?
Yeah, well, all you need to do to get a Schoology account is send me your birthday. And then I can set up the account for you on my end, and then I'll show you how to get yours. Are you gonna use it on your phone?
Later.
Are you gonna use it on your phone or on the computer?
On my phone.
Okay. Yeah. The one important thing when you do it on the phone. When you do it on the phone, you have to make sure you choose East Los Angeles Occupational Center as your school.
Los Angeles Occupational, okay.
Or it won't work. Yeah. Oh. So make sure you choose the right school, or your password won't work.
Okay.
Okay. Because the password has to be used for the specific school.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, that's like I said, it looks like we're right about on schedule. I've got a bunch of check marks here, but there's a bunch of empty spaces too. So we're about halfway through the material, and we've covered about half of the class.
Okay.
So we're doing fine. We're doing fine. But it's a good idea to look at the things that we have covered, and remember, if you feel like you don't understand something, go back to the YouTube page and watch the lesson again.
Okay.
Because all those lessons, the first couple lessons I was trying to figure out how to record and upload. So the first couple of lessons are not there, but the last few weeks we've had all the lessons are online.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, back to business here. Let me stop that share and get to our verb warm-up for today. All right. The verb warm-up I sent everybody yesterday. The label of the document was 429 warm-up. And I have it up here on my computer now. So let's go over this together, and then we'll jump right into our lesson today. The first one has the word ago. Ago is going to be what? Past, present, or future?
Past.
Past, certainly. So we're going to say D-I-E-D, right? Nothing fancy there. Died. My great-grandfather died many years ago. Now the next one has the word ever. Ever is one of our key words for present perfect, right? We've been practicing all this time. It's singular,
Your
so very
mother.
good. We're going to use has. And
Your mother.
and
Ever
the verb here is speak.
Spoken.
So we're going to
spoken.
use spoken, right?
Spoken.
S-P-O-K-E-N. Perfect. And I know you've been practicing a lot with Miss Aguirre about present perfect. So hopefully between the two of us, we're going to learn present perfect very well by the end. The next one says next week. Next week. Next week is future. So
Will,
Will.
will,
Will read.
read,
or
are going to read,
read.
right?
are
Oops.
going to read.
Will read or are going to read a story. Future action, right? Now the next one. Oops.
Past,
Oops, I made a little mistake here. This shouldn't be negative. Should be affirmative. All right, my mistake. Let's see. We liked.
To play.
Right. You could go two ways. We could say we liked to play,
to
or we
play.
liked
Play.
playing. When we have like, we can use gerund or infinitive. Remember, I talked, I think, last time about the 6 words that can be gerund or infinitive, right? Like, love, hate, begin, start, continue. Oh, prefer, 7 words. The next one says for many years. For many years.
Present perfect.
That's going to be our present perfect again, isn't it? So what can we
Has,
say? Has, done, or,
or
oh, wait a minute. I'm not going to put the or yet because we haven't studied that yet. We're going to study that later, but let's leave it at has run for today.
person.
There's another choice, but we're going to study that later in the semester. We haven't studied it yet, so I don't want to give it to you before we study. All right.
Had,
Now the next one says tomorrow morning.
Is
What time is
Mm.
Mr.
boss
Boy.
is
Is
Mr.
this
Smith
or
leaving his
going to leave
going to leave
What time is Mr. Smith going to leave, or will he leave?
out tomorrow?
Will he or is he going to? Both are fine. All right. The next one says recently. Recently is one of those, exactly. I haven't
I haven't
baked, right?
haven't
Cook
I haven't
cookies
baked
recently.
any cookies recently. Haven't baked.
Bake or cook?
We're using cookies, but the verb is bake, right?
Oh, bake. Yeah. Sorry.
Remember, for bread, cookies, pie, we usually don't say cook. We say bake.
Bake.
Right? I baked a pie. I baked some bread. I baked some cookies. For all those things you make with flour, we usually don't say cook. We say bake. All right. Next one. Yesterday, simple past, irregular verb.
took
Took.
cook.
Right. T-O-O-K. I took the bus to school yesterday. T-O-O-K, took. Very good, very good. The next one says last night. Last night is past or present or future?
Past, are
Past, right? So how do we ask a question in past? Do we
How
say
many students?
did,
How
did,
many?
did? Mhm.
Or it?
did,
many
did,
Did many students come to class?
class on Saturday.
You could say how many students came. That's another way to say that question.
come
All right.
to class last night.
All right. The next one says I love.
Class.
Remember, like, love, hate, begin, start, continue, prefer. Those
No.
are
I
gerund.
love to,
Skating?
I love to
I love
ski. Whoops.
eating.
ski,
Or
to,
I love
Skating?
skiing.
skiing.
To ski.
Skiing.
I love to ski. I love skiing.
Skiing.
Both are good with like and love.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. The next one is about next Friday. So what can we
I'm
say for next?
I'm going
I'm
to
going
bring
to bring
my friends to the party next Friday.
I'm going to bring, or possibly,
I will.
I
Or
will.
I will bring.
I will bring. I'm going to bring, I will bring.
I will bring.
All right,
Very
next
nice.
one, it
Right.
says yesterday. Yesterday is past. So what can we say?
Did you
Did you find? Did you find?
Find.
find?
Find, right. Remember with do, does, and did, we use our base verb, don't we? With do, does, and did, we use base verb. So did you find the book at the library yesterday? The next one says not until next weekend.
Until next.
Won't.
Bill
Won't talk,
Won't.
right?
Won't talk.
won't talk.
Won't.
Or isn't going
Listen.
to talk. Won't talk or isn't going to talk. Now the next one says, since they hired the new chef. Since they hired the new chef, we have the word since. So what do we do with since?
Has.
Has served,
Has.
right?
Has the
Served.
restaurant has
Much
Has.
better before.
Right. Has served much better food since they hired the new chef. From that time until now. From that time until now. Has served.
Until.
All right. Number 15. Let's go. We need to leave now. You ready?
Are you
Are
ready?
you?
Are you ready? Nothing
Are
fancy
you
there,
ready?
right?
Are
Simple.
you ready?
Be verb. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. 16. Now, number 16 has a how long question. Remember, this was what is chapter 2 of your book. Exactly. I heard it from
Has.
somebody. Has, right? How long
Lived.
has Tom lived
Tom lived
near the stadium?
near the stadium.
How long has Tom lived near the stadium? Present perfect. All right, the next one, past tense, but negative. Past,
Didn't.
negative. Perfect,
Didn't
perfect.
mail.
You guys are great. Amazing. All right. Frank didn't mail that package yesterday. All right, now this one is also yesterday, but
Before.
it's affirmative. Affirmative.
Has.
How do we make past tense affirmative?
Past tense.
Regular, exactly, very good. Regular verb, we just use ed, right?
Fixed.
The repairman
Fixed.
fixed the copy machine yesterday.
The repairman.
Fixed.
Oh, fixed.
All right. Now here's another one of our highlighted words. That highlighted word means it's going to be present perfect, right?
Yes.
Before.
Has.
Before.
Has Kevin
Has Kevin.
Exactly.
Has Kevin
Has.
written
Written.
any poetry before?
Has Kevin written any poetry before? Perfect. Has written. All right. The next one has the word plan. Do we want to
Eat.
eat? Exactly. To eat.
¿Ves? ¿No te ves, hija?
Present perfect for, no, it's not present perfect. Infinitive. Infinitive for future action. Next one. At the moment. But negative.
The cat is
We say
Isn't.
Very good.
Sitting.
sitting.
And we got to do a double T on sit, right? 2 T's. Isn't sitting. Now, number 21 appears to be a past tense irregular verb because something happened last year. What's the past tense of meet?
Met.
Met. Very good. M-E-T. Jim met his girlfriend at a party last year. M-E-T. Met. Excellent.
Tom
The next one, Tom on his computer now. What can we say?
is
Tom
Tom
is Tom
Is
working
working
on
on his computer now?
Perfect. Is Tom working? Excellent. All right. Now the next one has that word never. So
is
Has
present perfect.
has never
has
Opened.
never opened his shop.
opened his shop on religious holiday.
Okay. And finally, lately,
We haven't
there we go. Again, present
come
perfect. We haven't gone to the beach very much lately.
is having.
All right. So I want you to notice all of the ones that have the yellow highlight. These are, except for like doesn't need to be yellow. There. Let's look at the ones with the yellow highlights, right? Ever, for many years, recently, since they hired the new chef, how long, before, never, lately, right? Those are our key words for present perfect, right? We should be working on memorizing those 11 keywords of present perfect. Let me put them on the board real fast once again because they're so important. It's worth saying every day. So you're going to get tired of me saying this, but the good news is when you're tired, that means you have them memorized, right? Remember our keywords. For your experience, we have 3 keywords: ever, never, before. For recent actions, we have recently, lately, already, not yet, just, and still. And finally, we have how long, for, and since. Present perfect. This was all in the presentation we had last Monday, right? Ever, never before, recently, lately, already, not yet, just, still, how long, for, since. These words are adverbs that are about indefinite past tense actions. So for example, if I say, I have already eaten breakfast, I don't tell you exactly when. Or if I say, I haven't gotten the mail yet, I don't tell you when. So these words, remember, are always with present perfect. So we want to always be sure that our present perfect is in evidence when we have these 11 words, right? 3 about your experience in your life. Remember, we read those stories about the person who was who was always traveling around the world. Recently, lately, already, not yet, just, and still. Those are recent actions. And how long, for, and since, that tells you the duration of an action. So, no problem? No problem. Very good. All right, let me stop that share for a second. Okay, we're all here. How many people do we have here today? Oh, here comes somebody else. All right, looks like we got 8 students today. Wonderful. Wonderful. Always good to see all you students. So we have 8 students today, and today we are going to talk about those words we started to talk about on Monday a little bit more. I want to focus first on the difference between the preposition and the clause connector, because those are a little tricky. Those are a little tricky. So let's talk about it a little bit together, and then we'll practice a little bit with small groups. Sounds good?
Good.
Sure,
Yes.
why not? Sure, why not? So,
Sure, why not?
well, what else? You know, we're here, right? We might as well learn something today while we're here. All right. So I'm going to share. If you have your textbook, you can go ahead and open it up. But I'm
Which
going to.
page?
Hold on. I need to find out the page here. It is page.
Workbook?
It's the green book. And
The
it's gonna-
workbook or the other one?
the student book, the green one.
Oh, a student book. Okay, okay.
It's going to be page 34.
34. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
It says clauses and phrases with because. Do you see that expression? Clauses and phrases with because.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So there are two words here we have to know. And I think I've mentioned them before, but I want to mention them again. The word clause and phrase. You see those two words on the top of the page?
Yes.
Clause and phrase. They're both groups of words, but there's one big difference. A clause has a subject and a verb. A phrase does not. That's the difference between a clause and a phrase. A clause has a subject and a verb. So let me write that definition on the board so everybody can have it in their notes. Because this is a very important definition once we get to level 4.
Where's the raspberry?
All right. Okay.
That's what you put.
Clause. Right? A clause is a group of words with a subject and a verb. And a phrase is a group of words without a subject and verb. Maybe you have a noun, maybe you have an adjective, maybe you have a preposition, but you don't have a subject and a verb. Clauses and phrases. All right, so that's going to be important. That's going to be important. Does everybody have it copied down?
Yes.
Yes?
No. Wait.
Wait a minute. Okay,
Yes.
I'll wait a minute.
Yes. Yes.
So, while people are writing them down, let me give you an example. An example of a clause might be after I eat lunch, right? After I eat lunch. That's a clause because it has a subject, I, and it has a verb, eat. On the other hand, a phrase is something like after lunch, right? Because it has there's no verb in there. There's just a subject and a noun, a preposition and a noun. So clause has a subject and verb. Phrase does not. Okay?
Okay.
So if we go back book here and we look at clauses and noun phrases, right? We have here, Anna can't reach the smoke alarm because, and look what we have. The ceiling is too high.
Too high.
Do you see what that is? That's a subject and a verb.
Mhm.
Ceiling is too high. Right? But on the other hand, look over here. Anna can't reach the smoke alarm because of the high ceiling. No verb, right? Aquí, verb, is. Here, no verb,
No problem.
right? So whenever you have this because of, or like we talked about on Monday, due to, when we have those two prepositions, we want to use not a subject and verb, but a noun. Sometimes I hear people say things like, because of I was busy. Can't say that, right? Can't say that because that has a subject and verb. You can say because I was busy, but you cannot say because of I was busy. See the difference? One needs a noun, one needs a clause. All right? Now, what I'd like to do, and I know some of you have already watched this, but I want to watch that video one more time so it's fresh in our mind. So I'm going to turn off everybody's microphone for a second so we can have nice and quiet. All right? And I'm gonna play the video. But first I need to put a little button on to play the video. I gotta push one more button. There we go. And I'm going to start again, and here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna play the video. Here it comes. All righty. And, oops, wrong button. Let me play this video, and it's about 4 minutes, so let's just be quiet for 4 minutes and think about what they're saying in the video. They're saying what I just told you, the difference between a phrase and a clause. So here we go.
Unit 3, Lesson B, Clauses and Phrases with Because. Because clauses and because of phrases. Watch and listen. Clauses with because. Use a because clause to give an explanation of something.
I didn't like my old apartment because it was noisy.
It was noisy, subject and verb.
Clauses with because. The because clause can come before or after the main clause.
Because my old apartment was noisy, I didn't like it.
He wants to move because the traffic is very heavy.
Right? Because the traffic is.
I like my apartment building because it has a swimming pool.
Because it has. Subject and
Because
verb.
there is a nice market nearby, they always eat well.
Because there
Check your
is.
understanding.
Subject and verb.
Look at the picture. Read and listen to the two clauses. Then use them to complete the sentence.
The traffic is very heavy. He wants to move.
Right? So we have these two things. The reason is the traffic is very heavy, and the result is he wants to move. So why does he want to move? He wants to move because the traffic is very heavy.
He wants to move because the traffic is very heavy.
I like my apartment building. It has a swimming pool.
All right? I like my apartment building. Why? It has a swimming pool. So let's put them together. I like my apartment because it has a swimming pool. I like my apartment because it has a swimming pool.
I like my apartment building because it has a swimming pool.
They always eat well. There is a nice market nearby.
All right, and what do we say? Because there's a nice market nearby, they always eat well. Because there is a nice market nearby, they always eat well. Because there is, they always.
Because there is a nice market nearby, they always eat well.
Watch and listen. Phrases with because of. Use because of phrase to give an explanation of something.
I didn't like my old apartment because of the noise.
Phrases with because of. The because of phrase can come before or after the main clause.
And remember, what do we need? We need a
Because of the
noun.
noise, I didn't like my old apartment.
Noise is a noun.
He wants to move because of the very heavy traffic.
Heavy traffic is a noun.
I like my apartment building because
Swimming pool is a noun.
Because of the nice market nearby, they always eat well.
Market is a noun.
Check your understanding. Look at the picture. Read and listen to the clause and the phrase. Use them to complete the sentence.
He wants to move. The very heavy traffic.
All right, so he
He
wants to move
because of the
because
very
of
heavy
the
traffic.
very heavy traffic.
I like my apartment building. The swimming pool.
I like my apartment building because of
I like
the
my
swimming pool.
apartment building because of the swimming pool.
They always eat well. The nice market nearby.
They always eat well because of the
They
nice market
always
nearby.
eat well. Because of the nice market nearby.
Because of noun.
Let's review. Use a because clause or because of phrase to give an explanation for something. Use because in a clause with a subject and verb.
Anna can't reach the smoke alarm because the ceiling is too high. Because the ceiling is too high, Anna can't.
Seems a little frozen there. That's okay. We saw the whole thing.
Can't reach the smoke alarm.
A little frozen here. All right. Whoop. Are we there?
We're here.
Anybody there? Okay. Oh, my goodness. All right. My screen was frozen there for a second. I'm sorry about that. All right. Now
That's okay.
unmute all your microphones, and we're gonna practice this just this a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Let me see here. For some reason, the Zoom is working very slow today. All right. Whoops. I think did that work? All right. All right. There we go. Finally.
Okay.
All right. You can all hear me. All right. So I'm going to say something, either a phrase or a clause, and then I want you to say, should it be because or because of? Okay. So for example, if I say my bad back, would I say because or because of?
Because of.
Because of.
Exactly. Because bad back is a noun. On the other hand, if I say I have a headache,
Because.
Exactly. So let's practice this a little bit. Let's start with Jessica. Let's say computer problems.
Because of.
Because of. Very good. So Jessica, could you make a sentence with because of computer problems? Can you finish?
I can't use my computer because computer problems.
Because of computer problems. Okay, I can't get on the internet because of computer problems. I can't email my friends because of computer problems. Perfect. All right, Blanca.
Hi. Yes.
How about the street is very busy? Should I say because or because of? The street is very busy.
Is because.
Because,
Of?
exactly.
No,
Whoop, whoop.
sorry, because. Only because. Sorry.
Only because, right? You're right, and then you went a little too far. Because I have a subject, street, and a verb, is.
Is.
Okay, so Blanca, could you make a sentence with because the street is very busy?
No, Mr. West, I'm fast.
All right, can anybody make a sentence?
Can I help?
Sierra got one?
Yes. The street is very busy because it has we had an accident car.
Okay. The street is very busy because there was an accident. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. That sounds good to me. All right, Maria Gasca.
Yes.
What about if I say the new policy? The new policy.
Because. Because of.
Is policy a noun or a verb?
Now. Now.
Noun. So because of, exactly. So what would you say? Can you make a sentence because of the new policy?
Because the new policy is use the masker.
Mask. Okay, very good. So because of the new policy, we have to wear masks, right? Because of the new policy, we have to wear masks, right? Because of the new policy. All right. Let's see. Sira, are you ready for another one?
Okay.
Okay. How about Victor is very intelligent.
Because
Because,
he's
exactly.
smart.
Okay. So because Victor is very intelligent.
Because Victor is very intelligent, because Victor is very intelligent, he studied every day.
He studies every day, or you can say because he's very intelligent, he passes every test.
Okay.
Because he's very intelligent, he got a
He
good
has-
job.
Okay.
All
He
right.
has a good grade.
Yeah, because he's very intelligent, he helps his sisters with their homework.
Okay.
Okay, something like that. All right. Elvira.
Okay.
What about if I say hard test. Hard test. The hard test.
Because.
Now is test a verb or a noun? If I say
Noun.
noun. So because of the hard test, okay, what happened?
Because of.
Because of the hard
Because of.
test, yeah, what happened? Because of the hard test,
Is hard.
well, but what happened because of the hard test? Because of the hard test,
Is difficult.
yeah, well, hard means difficult, right? So because of the hard test, what happened? ¿Qué pasó?
For
Nobody
For no
passed, right?
for no study every
Well,
day.
because of the hard test, nobody passed, right?
Nobody passed.
Because of the hard test, the
No
students
pass.
were frustrated. Because of the hard test, everybody was staying late, right? Because of the hard test, everybody had to study more, right? Something like that, right? Remember, we're talking about a cause and an effect. A cause, hard test. Effect, nobody passed, right? Cause, effect. All right, let's see. Patricia,
Yes.
what about if I say nice weather? Nice weather.
Today is nice weather.
No, hold on.
Because of.
Because of nice weather. Okay, good.
Be-
So what can you say with because of nice weather? Because of the nice weather,
Because of the nice weather, we can go to a beach.
We can go to the beach. Very good, very good. Because of noun.
Mhm.
All right. Sebastiana, how about the kids are hungry? Should I say because? Because the kids are hungry, what?
Because is work hard.
No. Don't tell me why the kids are hungry. What's going to happen because they are hungry? Because the kids are hungry.
Because they're because the because the children
But
are
what are they going to do because they're hungry? What happened? Because the kids are hungry. Anybody got an idea?
Yeah, he has to prepare food
We
for
have
them
to make
to
we
eat.
have to make lunch. Exactly. Because the kids are hungry, we have to make lunch. Cause, effect, right? Because the kids are hungry, I have to make lunch. Because the kids are hungry, they are unhappy, right? Because the kids are hungry, they are screaming or whatever. Because the kids are hungry, they are bothering me. Whatever you want to say, right? Cause, effect. All right.
Mr. Webb, can I have a question?
Yes, please.
Can I do the sentence because I don't make breakfast?
Well, yeah, that's a different cause and effect, right?
Okay.
The kids are hungry because I didn't make breakfast. That's the kids are hungry is an effect in that case, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, everybody. Let me put this on the board because there could be some confusion here.
okay.
All right. So let me erase this. All right. Remember, when you have the word because, if I say because the kids are hungry, right? That's the reason, right? And what's the result? The result is I need to make sandwiches for them, right? So when I have because the kids are hungry, it has to be the effect of that. On the other hand, if I say the kids are hungry because they didn't eat breakfast. You see the difference?
Mhm.
Depending on where I put the word because. If I put the word because in the front here, this has to be
Make sandwiches.
the result, right? So first the kids are hungry, then I make the sandwiches, right? But in this case, if I say the kids are hungry because, then I have the reason over here, right? So
Yes.
it all depends on where you put the word because, right? If you put because in the first position, it has to be something that happened for that reason. If you put because in the middle, it's explaining why that happened. So this one, oops, sorry, wrong button. This one here, if I can get rid of this thing here. Go away. There we go. This first one is reason, result, right? And this one is result, reason, right? So they're a little bit different. They're a little bit different. So when we are practicing and I say, because of nice weather, if I say, because of nice weather, what would I say? Because of nice weather, we went to the beach, right? Right? Because of nice weather, we went to the beach. Right? Cause, effect. Cause, effect. Or on the other hand, felt happy because of the nice weather. Right? Again, it all depends on where you put the word in the sentence. It all depends. Okay? All right. Let's see. Let me come back here to our book. All right. Can everybody see the book now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So this practice, oh, hold on. I forgot I need to take off this button. There we go. That button always messes up our sound. All right. So do you see, if you have your book with you, you'll see this little paragraph called a nice surprise. Right? You see this paragraph?
Yes.
A nice surprise. Here we're going to decide just between those two. Because and because of. Now remember, we could also say due to and since. We talked about that on Monday. Due to and since. But here we have because and because of. Okay? So, Lay wanted to bake a cake because it was her neighbor Margie's birthday. Okay? Now we're going to decide. Is it better to say because or better to say because of? Well, what do we have to consider? Do I have a subject, and verb, or do I just have a noun? Do I have a subject and verb, or do I just have a noun? You see here in number 1, I have a subject, it, and a verb, was. Okay. All right. Now the next one. It says, Lay needed to go to the store. Should we say because or because of?
Because.
Do we have a subject and verb?
Yes.
Yes. She didn't, right? She didn't. Subject and verb. So we say because. All right. Because she didn't have any flour. Oh, was a big problem a couple weeks ago, right? There was no flour in the store. All right. However, sin embargo, her car had a flat tire. She probably got the flat tire.
Because of.
Well, hold on. Her tires were. Her tires were. Is that a subject and verb or just a noun?
Just a noun. Just a noun.
What is were?
It's a verb. Oh, it's a verb.
Were is a verb, right? So that's a subject and a verb.
It's because.
So we want because. So the first 3 are because. Because. All right, but now look at this next one. Aha! Aha! This problem.
Because of.
Perfecto. Right? This problem is a noun. So we're going to say because of. All right? The next one says, because of this problem, she couldn't drive to the store. She couldn't walk to the store.
Because of the distance.
Because of the distance. Perfect. Beautiful. You ladies are doing great. All right? Because of the distance. Distance is a noun. It was more than 1 mile away. Lay had a clever idea. She went to Margie and asked to borrow a cup of flour. Margie was happy to help. A lot of flour. And she was a good neighbor. Because she had a lot of flour. And
because
she was a good neighbor. 2 times because, right?
Yes.
Porque. I have 2 subjects and 2 verbs. So, because. All right. 2 hours later, Lay returned to Margie's house with a beautiful cake. When Margie opened the door, Lay shouted, "Happy birthday!" Margie was very surprised and happy.
Because of the
nice surprise, Margie had a wonderful birthday. Okay, very good. All right, let's focus on it a little bit more, and then we're going to make it a little bit broader and talk about all of the connectors we've learned. All right, so here on the next page. Yes, question?
Sorry, the number 8 is because of?
What was number 8?
Margie was very surprised and happy because of the nice surprise.
Because of the nice surprise, yes. Because of.
Okay, thank you.
Number 7 is because.
Yes.
It's only because.
7 is because she was a good neighbor, right?
Okay, thank
Oh, by the way, let me just double check here. How many people have a book today? Does everybody have a book?
I have a book.
Patricia, yes.
I have a book.
I have a book.
So Jessica, yes, book or no?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Blanca, book.
Yes.
Yes. Elvira.
Yes.
Yes. Sira.
Yes.
Maria Gasca.
Yes.
Maria
yes,
Gasca. Book.
yes,
Yes.
I have, but this is for 2 years old.
That's okay. It's the same book. I mean, it's a little bit different in the pictures, but it's the same information. Patricia.
Yes, I have.
Okay. Sebastiana
Yes, I had.
and Maria Gasalazo.
Yes, I have it.
Oh, fantastic. Wow,
Everybody.
100%. I can't believe it. This is fantastic. I'm so happy. All right. Okay.
It's easier for you, right,
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Webb?
Yeah, because I tell you, if you want to be nice to your teacher, buy a book. That's the nicest thing you can do. Forget about Christmas presents, birthday presents. Buy a book. That will be a wonderful present for your teacher. Okay. All right. So let's go back for a second. And I'm going to do this together, and then we're going to work in little groups and do it by ourselves. Okay? So I'm going to share this screen again. All right? And notice we're going to ask a question, why? Why couldn't you? Why couldn't you? Right? ¿Por qué? Right? And remember, couldn't is podría, right? No podría. ¿Por qué no podría dormir ayer? Right? Something like that. I don't know. Don't ask me. Miss Aguirre can do the Spanish. I don't do the Spanish. Miss Aguirre does the Spanish. I don't do the Spanish. All right. So notice you have a problem, 10 problems, and 10 reasons. Sometimes the reason is a noun. You see, like in number 1, noisy neighbors. Sometimes the reason is a verb, like in didn't have any eggs. So, for example, why couldn't you sleep last night? Because of my noisy neighbors, right? You see, we had of, ¿por qué? Because this is a noun. Why couldn't you make a cake? Because I didn't have any eggs. Exactly. Okay, so everybody got the idea, más o menos?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do it together real fast, and then I'm going to put you in a little group and practice with a partner, okay? Okay, so you just tell me if it should be because or because of. All right, so number 1 and number 2 are already done. Number 1 is because of. Number 2 is because. And remember, when it's because, I have to put in the subject. Because I didn't have any eggs. All right. Number 3. Why couldn't you lock the door? Should I say because or because of?
Because.
Because, right? Because the lock was broken, right? Because the lock was broken. Subject and verb, so we say because. All right. How about the next one? Why couldn't you change the alarm battery?
Because
I
didn't
didn't have a ladder. Exactly. All right. The next one says, why couldn't the children play outside?
Because of the rain.
Because
of
of
the
the rain. Perfect. You guys got this. All right. How about the next one? Why couldn't you come to school?
Because
my car had a flat tire. Because the car had a flat tire, right? Because we have a subject and a verb. Car had. Why couldn't you buy the house? Number 7.
Because the price is high.
High price.
Because of the high price. Exactly. Because of the high price. And why couldn't you go to the party?
Because I had to work.
Because I had to work.
I had to work.
Exactly. Why couldn't you go hiking?
Because of the bad weather.
Because of the bad
Bad
weather. Perfect. Wow, you guys are great. And why couldn't you call me?
Because
Because I was busy.
Because I was busy. Very good, very good. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to stop the share for a second. Okay, and you all have your books, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put you in a little group with 3 people, okay? And I want you to practice these. Remember, sometimes because of. Because of, noun. Because, subject, and verb. All right, so let me get you into your little groups, okay? I'm going to put you into 3 groups with 3 people in each group, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so actually, let me do 2 groups with 4 people in each group. No, 3 is better. No, we'll, yeah, 3 groups. Okay, 3 groups. 3 groups. I'm trying to decide what's best. All right, here we go. 3 groups. So you're gonna see a button, and the button will say join. Push that button, and it will send you to your little room. Push that join button and practice with a partner. Jessica, are you there? There we go.